Hey y'all, I know it took me forever to actually do this freaking video. I told you I was gonna do it yesterday, but the Super Bowl was yesterday, so I had to stay home and watch it with my family, do the whole family thing, you feel me? But now I'm gonna do my poetry video. I just picked out 3 poems. As y'all know, I do have a Soundcloud and I'll link it to the bottom. But I'm gonna read 3 poems that I selected randomly. I just went on my phone. And I'm gonna read them, and then after I read one, I'll explain it a little bit. But I did do a little deep dive in my poetry and I did get a little sad. So reading these I might be a little shaky on the throat. So don't judge me. My first time actually recording myself saying poetry, speaking poetry. I've done it on my SoundCloud, but of course that's just recording, but not actually face to face. But I'm just gonna jump right in it. This first one is called Hotel Rooms. And this is basically, you'll understand it, but it's called Hotel Rooms. Jumping right in. Loneliness was never an issue to me. Since 15, suicidal thoughts, depression, and anxiety. And most days I'd rather be dead. But let's not skip too far ahead. As homeless children, we'd walk the streets with clothes on our backs and shoes on our feet. Our stomachs were full, but she'd never eat. But she's always looked so healthy to me. I never seen it in her. I just loved my mother. Early in the mornings, we'd leave quick. It was like an everlasting road trip, minus the car. But we never did get too far. Charlie's buses and back seats. Under a bridge, my brother kicked me. With a foot to my face and pain in my eye, I screamed all the way back to the mirror and continued to cry. I grew up just a little too tough, thanks to the healing of my mother's touch, to soothe my aching skin, a pain I felt deep within. Much worse than a black eye, much worse than a sleepless night, a gash so deep only she could sew me up. Drinking from styrofoam cups, paper plates and microwave burritos, sandwiches and Fritos. Take me back to all the snacks, to the pools and jacuzzis, to the late night movies, even to the arts and crafts with your friends. I just wished it'd never end. I don't care how or even why, because in the end, it always been just you and I. My brother's in one bed. I fell asleep as he rubbed my head. You were my best friend, and I don't remember much else from then. Because of you, I never felt alone. You were my home. Even if we didn't have one, you filled our young lives with adventurous fun. You could have traveled the world, as long as you could take your boys and girl. Nothing came before your kids, and I thank you for everything that you did. The memories and photos aren't good enough, but maybe one day I'll toughen up. In my dreams, I'll take a walk with you. We'll ride the bus until we find a hotel to check into. You'll rub my head to sleep one last time, with thoughts racing your mind. Tears would stream down your face. Nowhere else would you rather be than this place. You'll kiss me goodbye and let me go, and I won't feel lonely anymore. So that one is basically for my mom. I'm all shaky. But yeah, that was my first time reading that poem aloud. I don't even have it on my SoundCloud yet, but yeah, that one basically speaks for itself. Me and my brothers grew up jumping from hotel to hotel with my mom, and in the middle I had said that my brother kicked me in my face, and that's a true story where we had just checked out of one hotel room and we're walking down the street, and underneath the bridge, I still remember it so vividly. We're walking underneath the bridge and my brother, he goes to jump over a fire hydrant and he kicks me right in my eye, and that was my first black eye I ever got. And he kicked me in my eye, and my mom was so pissed because I was screaming so loud under a bridge, bloody murder. And she just was pissed, and we had to walk back to the hotel room, and I remember looking in the mirror and just crying and crying. But I remember having so much fun, all her friends. And, okay, the poem also has to do with my mom doing drugs back in the day. She was a drug addict, and that's why I said she wouldn't eat. And that's basically I was just trying to give imagery in my poem. And she had friends that would come and just like basically do arts and crafts with me, and like it was just so much fun, and I really wish it would never end. And that's just the whole like hotel room's title basically was my home. Like hotels were my home for a little while, even like restaurants and trolley stations. Just like I remember sleeping places that like I was supposed to have a home, but I felt at home when I was with my mom and my brothers in these hotel rooms. So yep, that's that poem. Alright, what's next? I have another one. This one was when I was so in love. So let's give it a go. I don't think I had this one is called 100 Days and Nights. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Being in your company is always a delight, even if it's really cold tonight. My mind doesn't feel like mine. My phone just restarted. I mean, not restarted, but it just like fucking went away. But anyways, I'm back on. So I'm gonna restart it. Being in your company is always a delight, even if it's really cold tonight. My mind doesn't feel like mine, and I feel everything and nothing at the same time. I sit back and get into deep conversation once I'm filled with medication. While my mind begins to rot, I sit alone with my thoughts. There's so much I've been through, but what can I do? Just these days I try not to talk to anyone, and that's not always fun. I'm slowly killing myself, and the added stress is bad for my health. My heart feels rich, but my wallet feels poor, emptier than it's ever been before. But I don't want gold. I just want to grow old. Waking up to your smile, and with you I'd go miles, breathing heavily in the moonlight, distracted by a beautiful sight. Stars that twinkle and dance with joy. With hope in my heart, I want to love that boy. You offered me your soul, knowing I could never let you go, because our love is unexplainable, and it's undeniable. That one day we'll look into the sky, then gaze into each other's eyes. Step by step, I'll walk with you, every step just us two. I've killed myself 100 times, but when I'm with you, I feel alive. I know you feel it, let's not forget. Take my hand and hold me tight. Tell me everything will be alright. I could kill myself again tonight, but like the day we met, you bring me back to life. That was basically when I was so in love. And actually, scratch that. I was not even in love. I was feeling so low. This is like kind of when we were breaking up, and I even posted it on my Instagram or something, just the lyrics, just so he can like be like, whoa, this bitch loves me. But yeah. And the beginning, crazy story, but the beginning I say it's really cold tonight, but I was really talking about my nose. I was saying my mind didn't feel like the same because I was coked out. And basically I was saying like I was heavy on these drugs, and the only thing that makes me feel better is like him, but he's the one that's supplying me the drugs. So in a way it was kind of like contradicting his love. I don't know, you listen to it again and then you tell me what you think about it. But yeah, that one was called 100 Days and Nights. And that one was one of my faves too. And then this one is all about, well, I'm gonna read it, but this is my third one and my final one. I'm gonna make this video a little bit shorter so y'all can actually share it and like it. But anyways, this one is untitled actually, y'all give me a title and maybe I'll post these. I think I have one already on my Soundcloud, but let's see. The sun is coming up as I lay myself to sleep. I try to count the sheep, but then begin to weep. Oh boy, I should have just gone to sleep. But you see, I'm so hurt and emotionally drained. Even just trying to fall asleep causes so much pain and agony within. No one around to make me grin or lift up my chin. I think about what should have been and shake myself of the memory. The past is hard to believe, so I try to change it in my head while I lay curled up in bed, away from the rest of reality, where my thoughts can run free, where we were a we and where we were meant to be. Oh, but you see, that's just a fantasy. I often think back to LSD when I was able to see you for you, and darling, you are true beauty. And I just want you to see just how much you meant to me. But if my dreams became a reality, the world would stop right in front of me. Because my love, you and I, were meant to die separately, just not meant to be. So what do you think about that one? Well, I'm gonna explain it. Actually, you guys are in luck. I have one more that I'm gonna read. But anyways, this one, as I said, I was so in love with my boy, and I just always wrote poems all the time. And that really, really enlightens me, because even though I went through a lot, I still got a lot of awesome content that I can share with y'all. So this one was my final poem. Yeah, my final poem. And then we'll talk about it after. This one's untitled too, I think. Oh no, this one is called As the Sun Rises We Fall. As the sun rises we fall. These things you... Start over. These things you tell me could drive me to insanity. You make it seem like you did this to benefit me, when in reality, you were always crazy to me, but I couldn't see the pain you were causing me. All those times we fought because you got caught, but you'll deny what we had because it was so bad. But in my head, it was the best. Yes, filled with stress and lots of regrets, but you held out your hand, and my love for you would soon expand to a boy, not a man. But you weren't a fan of love. You thought you could only dream of. So I say to you now, you were so foul to leave me here all alone, another broken home, just waiting on the day this all went away. Because even if you aren't with me, I can still feel your energy. And I want to be set free, with the chance to finally breathe, because this heartache is slowly killing me, but not because of you anymore. My soul has never been so sore from all the damage you've done to it, but I'll show you that I'm better than this, and it hurts deep down inside, but our worlds weren't ever meant to collide, and it's so clear to see, I loved you and you loved me, but our two souls were never meant to be. Bruh, why am I so talented and I'm not famous yet? But yeah, you can always like see like the pain you were going through like in your poetry, and I'm so glad I'm sharing this video with you guys because I'm actually seeing how happy I am now. So I don't know. That explains it for itself. I love myself and I'm finally being happy, and I'm gonna show y'all that I am happy. So please, just like this video, comment, all that good stuff, and then like, I'll share more poems. If you like it, I'll link my SoundCloud and all that good stuff. Love y'all. Bye.